They have stuck two fingers up to the former Labour voters in the Midlands, in the Northern heartlands.
That wasn't a pub rant. That was the floor of the House of Commons. And it only gets more uncomfortable from here.
The vast majority, 3/4 of people across the Bradford district voted for parties other than Reform UK.
By definition, we must be popular. Now, obviously,
What you're watching is the morning after Reform's biggest ever local election night. Richard Tyson is on the attack. But so is the Labour backbench, and the numbers they're using against each other tell two very different stories. If this is the kind of content that the mainstream won't touch, share this clip right now. Someone you know needs to see it. Drop a like, and let's get into it from the very top.
Richard Tyson.
thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Well, we have heard from Britain's most unpopular, possibly the worst Prime Minister ever. After just 22 months, Madam Deputy Speaker, all we have had is failure, incompetence and negligence. And we have a programme of government in this King's Speech that in a sense represents everything that this Prime Minister currently that we suffer under represents: process and regulation. My other deepest concern of all in this programme of government, Madam Deputy Speaker, is that in a sense I am joyous, we at Reform are joyous. We've just completely smashed it last Thursday in the local elections when voters said, after May 2025 and the success of our brilliant 10 councils where we have majority control, voters have said we want more reform. They have said they've given us 10 more councils to have full control of, another 9 more councils where we are the largest party. But I give way to the honourable lady.
And for giving way, he mentions Bradford district and notes the fact that Reform got the largest number of seats. But will he also recognise that the vast majority, 3/4 of people across the Bradford district voted for parties other than Reform UK? And will he recognise that whilst they got seats, they are not popular?
Clearly, if we've just won and become the largest party in Bradford, by definition, we must be popular. Now, obviously, I'd like to please everybody, but the data shows that we have secured some 1,450 new councillors, and I think the Labour Party have lost well over 1,000 new councillors to the benefit of our great country, Madam. Is that they now think it's a good idea, having listened to the voters from last week who've said we want in the Midlands and in the North, in those Labour heartlands, who voted 10 years ago, they wanted less EU, they wanted less European interference. What is this government's brilliance response? How have they listened to the voters from last week? They have stuck two fingers up to the former Labour voters in the Midlands, in the Northern heartlands, and they said, we're going to ignore you. We're going to try and go back to the failing European Union. And that surely heightens the arrogance and the stubbornness of this dreadful government.
The mainstream press won't frame it this way, but the numbers in that chamber don't lie. Here's what I want to know. If 3/4 voted against Reform, does winning the most seats still count as a mandate? Leave your answer below. Best comment gets pinned. Like it, subscribe, more of this coming.